Hello everybody, welcome to my garden tour Saturday, hosted by Grandma Sandy, co-hosted by at Suffolk Susie, Pat's Garden Life and Growing on Vancouver Island. As you can see, I'm wearing a new hat. This beauty was made by my lovely cousin Agnes. All hand crocheted, isn't it gorgeous? I've worn it a few times already. It was a birthday gift. I really like it. I've also got a purple one as well with a pink flower. Anyway, let's see what's happening in the garden in late September. I've got some more cotton come again lettuce growing. These seeds were cold stratified and they soon came up. These have been in situ for about 2 weeks. It's getting a little cold now outside and soon they'll be covered in fleece. It'll keep them nice and cosy. I often do my winter salad leaves like this, covered in fleece, and I can thus harvest all year round. My 2 potted rose bushes, these are doing quite well. I just need to deadhead in places. They're looking a lot happier. A week or 2 ago I sprayed them with the old fairy liquid and water solution. It stops the brown spots. These did have a few brown spots on, but they're more or less gone. And here are the herbs. Some are more spectacular than others. This is the rose bush that was on Dan's great-great-grandmother's grave, which we brought back because it was struggling in the hotter weather that we had last month. We brought it back and it's doing really well. It needs repotting. We'll probably take it back sometime over the next month or 2. November's usually quite a good time to repot any roses or to move them to another location. I've harvested some of our massive lavender bush that's drying out. I will be using that for my candle making and also for scented lavender sachets. Lavender is really good at keeping moths away, so if you have any, make the lavender up into little bags and hang them in your wardrobe or on your coat stand or hat stand. This is this year's harvest, soon to be. We've got a massive one there. We don't have many quinces this year, but what we have seemed to be pretty good. We lost a lot of branches in the various windy weathers. They dried out a bit, but that does sometimes happen when you do heavy pollarding, which Dan did. Over there, which we're going to have a look at in a minute, are the 5 surviving cauliflowers. Over here we have what's left of our winter squash harvest. The plants needed pulling. We did sell some of these mashed potato squash at the weekend at an indoor car boot sale, which is more like a jumble sale. And the money we got for those and 1 or 2 other things will go towards our next seed supplies. The beans have just about finished now. They're coming out over the weekend. And those are the black raspberry bushes. They need to be cut back. We're still cropping tomatoes. Some are still turning red. Others are still very green. I've made some green tomato chutney, but I guess I'll be making some more. We do not have an airing cupboard. If you've got an airing cupboard, you can pop them in there and they will turn red. What I do is I often put them in a fruit bowl along with bananas. Bananas will turn everything ripe. Here we have some cabbages. They're doing really well. They will overwinter. And we have a variety of other veggies in here. These were all cold stratified. We have basically parsnips and turnips, that sort of thing. This is the newer of the rhubarb crowns. These were separated from the Big Daddy over in this corner, which also probably needs splitting again. These are ready for splitting. We may have to donate some. Remember, when the crowns are newly established, you don't pick anything in the first year. The sweet potatoes are continuing to grow over there. They'll be in for a few more weeks. And here are some lettuces. They're forming hearts. They've not quite got there yet. We've put humane slug repellent down to stop them from eating everything. I think what we will do, although it's not normally done, is towards the end of the season, probably October. We haven't picked anything since the end of June. We will just pick some rhubarb and then let the crowns die back. We'll separate the crowns probably, and we may offer them to some people on Facebook Marketplace or maybe at one of the car boot sales. No doubt we will be selling some of the rhubarb at the car boot sale. There's bound to be some people who want a nice rhubarb crown. We met quite a few gardeners last weekend at the car boot sale, and one or two people were very happy to take some of our fennel with roots off our hands. They like the fennel, and one or two had actually been looking for some, so that solved their problem for 50p each. This is some of the fennel. It's still going bonkers. You can use all of it. Some nice hips on that rose bush. The camellia is quite well established now. It hasn't flowered this year. It probably will next year. And then these are the surviving cauliflowers. We lost one. It's a reasonable success story. We haven't really had anything that we could call a disaster story, apart from losing one. They're a bit attacked. They got slightly attacked when we were on holiday last week in Norfolk, when we'd had some warm weather, mainly by slugs. But the others seem to have done all right. I think it'll recover. It is forming a heart, so they'll be okay. So we haven't really had anything disastrous as such, apart from the fact that we still need to do a lot of weeding. My back's getting better, thank goodness, but I'm still taking things gently. I did a little bit of weeding yesterday, but I haven't done any today. I've been doing a few other things, but I'm just being really careful. And there's not much going on in the greenhouse, but we have got some seeds that are being propagated, but that's about all for now. So there we go, folks. This is what's happening in our garden towards the end of September. Remember, this is an open collab, so if you would like to take part, just put in the description hashtag gardentoursaturday, hashtag opencollab. Remember to tag the lovely hostess and co-hostesses, so we can all come and see what you've been doing in your garden. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. It's really important these days for the algorithm, so it can get out to more people who might like to see it. Please comment, what do you think of the garden? I think we've done all right so far. What are your garden successes, and have you got anything that's not come out quite as you'd hoped or planned? Please share and subscribe if you would like to, and I will see you again soon for the next one. Until then, bye for now.